Hi, my name is Caitlin Dale and this is video 20 performing a PCV and a TP, so packed cell volume and total protein. So I do need a few pieces of equipment to perform these tests. So here I have my blood sample in an EDTA tube. I have my microhematocrit tubes. I also have the CritoSeal. I have the PCV card reader. I have my refractometer. I also have my centrifuge here, and I also have some distilled water. So firstly, I do need to fill the microhematocrit tubes, so 2, with a sample of the blood here. So bear with me while I fill these up. Once these tubes are around 3/4 full, you can pop them into the CritoSeal just to plug those ends up. And I'm also wearing gloves here as I am touching potentially infectious bodily fluids. So I've filled both my tubes up, so now what I can do is pop them into the centrifuge to spin them down. So I'm going to take the hematocrit tube holder, pop my hematocrit tubes into here with the plug facing out, and I'm going to put 2 in so it balances the centrifuge but also gives me 2 samples to test and take the medium of both of the answers for a more accurate reading. So pop the lid back on, place that onto the top of the centrifuge, and in our clinic we set our centrifuge to 12,000 RPM for 3 minutes instead of 10,000 RPM for 4 to 5 minutes. So I can pop the lid down and press start. Now pause while that's running. Hi, Caitlin Dale, resuming video 20, performing a PCV TP. So now that my blood samples have finished in the centrifuge, I can remove them both and pop them onto the PCV card reader, making sure that the top of the plug is level with the 0 and that the top of the plasma is in line with the 100. And where the red blood cells meet, or in the middle meet the plasma, is the percentage of the PCV. So it's roughly 42. And again, about 41. So I'm going to take the average and be about 42. So the blood sample was from a dog, so that is within normal range. Normal range for a dog for total protein for PCV, is 35 to 58, and for a cat it's a little bit lower, so 28 to 48. High PCV can indicate dehydration, inflammation or infection as well, and a low PCV can indicate anemia. So I can now use my refractometer to test the total protein, so the serum of the blood is what I need for this. So first of all, before I use the refractometer, I should check and make sure that it's calibrated. So to do this, I need to use some distilled water and place 1 drop of distilled water onto the prism. Pop the flap down and hold up to the light. And the dark line should be on the WT, which it is. If it wasn't, I would have to use the little screwdriver that comes in the refractometer kit and just adjust that using the screw at the top to ensure that that dark line is on that WT line. Otherwise you can start to get inaccurate results. So mine is fine, so I'm just going to use a Kimtech wipe to wipe down the prism and the flap. And now I can snap my hematocrit tube in half and place a drop onto the prism, ensuring I don't touch the prism. Again, closing the flap, placing up to the light, adjusting the eyepiece if you need to, and looking on that left hand side of the refractometer screen. Mine is has the header serum underneath that column. So I have 70. So that is a normal TP value for a dog, which is between 55 and 80. For a cat, that would be again a little bit lower, 61 to 84. Again, if it is a little bit high, it can indicate dehydration, and if it's a little bit low or is on the lower end, it can indicate blood loss. So again, what I'm going to do is use a new Kimtech wipe to wipe my prism and the flap and pop that back into the refractometer kit. All of those test results must be recorded on the patient file and also verbally told to the attending vet. All of my general waste, so my gloves, my Kimtech wipes, any pipette that I've used, can all go into the general waste bin, which is just behind me here. And I'm going to place the hematocrit tubes, the broken hematocrit tubes, into the yellow sharp spring container, as they do have bodily fluids in there, and they are a little bit sharp. Thank you. Hi, Caitlin Dale resuming video 20, performing a PCV and TP. Hi Dr. Celeste, Billy's PCV was 42 and his TP was 70.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.